this is Mark Rodriguez.
And I'm Brian from Another Terrible Idea, and you're watching The Video Game Masters.
That's right, and this is actually the first episode of 2016, and what better way to start off the year and to finally review the games that you've all been asking for a long time in the comments below. Yes, I do read your comments. Today we're finally going to review Samurai Shodown 1 and Samurai Shodown 2.
Hey, don't forget me! I also own Samurai Shodown 1 and 2.
Yeah, Mark, how can you forget about Rakiarmas? What's the deal?
Yes, I know. I mean, who could forget Rakiarmas? How silly of me. But anyways, guys, now that we're all gathered together here, like Johnny would say, let's check it out. Released in 1993 for the Neo Geo in arcades, Samurai Shodown is yet another SNK fighting game, but this time it takes place in medieval Japan. The main draw of this game is that now everybody fights with weapons, and the action relies more on stabbing and slashing your opponents with precise strikes rather than button mashing and combos. The game also retains the zoom in and zoom out feature used in the Art of Fighting series.
The game gives you 12 characters to choose from. You got Haomaru, Nakoru, Galford, Charlotte, Hattori Hanzo, Tam Tam, Kyoshiro, Tachibana Ukyo, Wanfu, Yagyu Jubei, Genan, and that big old ninja from Texas, Earthquake. Most of them use some sort of sword in battle, but some use very unique weapons, like Genan's Claw. The characters each have their own special moves, like Haomaru tossing tornadoes at you, and Earthquake spinning as a giant ball of bladed death. Galford and Nakoru each have pets who help them in battle. Nakoru has a hawk named Mama Haha, and Galford has his dog Poppy, and they can send these animals to attack you during the fight. The game gives you 2 slash buttons and 2 kick buttons. Pressing both slash or both kick buttons at the same time will give you a stronger attack.
Fighting with weapons brings a lot of different gameplay mechanics. If both fighters hit each other at the same time, the weapons will clash and you must mash the buttons for control. If you win the clash, you can break your opponent's weapon for a short time before they get a new one. And without your weapon, your character is actually a lot weaker because the regular punches and kicks do a lot less damage than your sword strikes, and you even lose health when you block. You also have a power bar at the bottom of the screen. If your character takes enough damage, the bar gets full and your character turns red. At this time, your attacks will cause a lot more damage, and a well-timed strong slash can decide the battle. Another noticeable thing is that the game also features fatalities. If you finish off your opponent with a well-placed strike in the final round of the match, your opponents will either bleed out or they're flat out sliced in half.
Throughout the fight, a character runs through the background tossing items at you and your opponent. Coins will give you extra points, and food will refill some of your health, provided you can get to them before your opponent does. But be careful, he also throws bombs which will damage you if you're close to them when they explode. The stages also have crates and barrels and other items that you can break, which will sometimes hide these items inside. The game also gives you a couple bonus stages in which you slash at straw men. You have to cut through them all before time runs out. Do this a couple times and the straw men get faster each time.
The final boss is Shiro Tokisada Amakusa, based on a historic real-life figure. He is also working for the evil spirit Ambrosia, and is the cause of all the troubles in Japan recently. Rather than use the sword, he uses this bizarre crystal ball gem thing. He is as horribly cheap and cheesy as you would expect from any good SNK boss, and he's very hard to hit because he can teleport all over the screen, and he can literally bitch slap you to death. Alright guys, so now it's time for our thoughts in the game. And just start off by saying, the characters are very awesome, very memorable, unique designs, they're all pretty cool. The backgrounds are pretty awesome too, lots of detail, lots of stuff going on in the background, and also they actually get in the way of attacks, which is something very different, especially when you're fighting against Jubei with all the stupid bamboo shoots all over the place. If you jump in the air and you accidentally hit the bamboo shoot, there you go. You just wasted your one attack in midair against a bamboo shoot, and that leaves you completely wide open for attack as you're landing while Jubei or whoever your opponent is ready to dish it out on you, you know? The music is so different too, because yes, you do have characters like Nakoru, they have their familiar theme song and stuff like that, but other characters like Haomaru or Ukyo, like their music is actual like background, like ambience music. It's like the effects of the wind and the waves crashing in the background and stuff, and occasionally you hear like Japanese flutes or Japanese drums, like it really feels like you're like watching like those old classic samurai movies, like you're really watching a Japanese martial arts film. It's like
I've never seen a fighting game like that before that had actual kind of like an immersive ambience theme and not just, oh, this character's theme song or that character's theme song. So that's pretty unique in itself. But the last thing I want to say about the game though is that I forgot how fucking hard it was. My god, it took forever just to get past like all the way to Amakusa. I mean, Wan, Fu, and Jubei, especially Jubei, they're just so damn annoying. And then like the farther you get into the game, characters like again the spinning power driver that Galford and Hanzo have, they just do it any chance they get, you know, and it takes off an insane amount of damage. This game is just incredibly hard. And Amakusa, oh god, even forget about it, you know? Like, yeah, so this game is totally awesome. It's a total masterpiece, and it has characters that live on even to this day, but damn, it's fucking hard.
Samurai Shodown is one of my favorite fighting games of all time. Definitely my favorite SNK fighting game. I played it from the day it was released back in '93. I know they had a couple machines running in my hometown, at least through the early 2000s. There's always a machine somewhere you can get in a couple games of Samurai Shodown. Got it as soon as it came out on Super Nintendo. It's a classic. The characters are great. Ganano was my main. Sometimes I would lose on purpose against Charlotte just to get her to go, uh-huh. Great game all around. If you haven't played it, this is the time. Thousands of compilations. Get yourself in on some Samurai Shodown.
As I have a huge interest on different samurai stuff, I really like Samurai Shodown series. As it is the very first one in the whole series, Samurai Shodown 1 isn't that bad as an early fighting game. It clearly shows that it isn't another Street Fighter clone that was common those days. It's focused on more defensive and counterattack fighting style. It makes this game more interesting, which also fits to the whole samurai theme. Even though this game is a pretty good game from those times, it clearly shows that it's one of those early fighting games. Which may or may not be a bad thing depending on how demanding you are on your fighting games. So this game gets my full recommendation if you are looking for old fighting games or samurai themed games.
Alright, so we got part 1 out of the way. Let's follow it up with Samurai Shodown 2.
Samurai Shodown 2 was released for the Neo Geo and arcades in 1994 and brings several improvements and new characters into the mix. Even after defeating Amakusa in the last game, darkness returns, and a new demon is out to cause destruction upon Japan, and you have to stop it. The game's new characters are Genguru, who is Haomaru's rival, Tam Tam's sister Cham Cham, Saiger, and Nicotine Caffeine, the guy who trained Haomaru and Genguru. All the originals from the first game return except for Tam Tam, though technically speaking, he has been transformed into Cham Cham's pet monkey Paku Paku. The old guys have new moves as well, like Charlotte now having a projectile attack, and Wan Fu now using a stone pillar as his weapon instead of the sword he used before.
The biggest difference in the game is that the POW meter now allows you to do a special move when it is full. Not only do these moves do considerable damage to your opponent if they connect, they also can destroy their weapon, leaving them vulnerable until they get a replacement. There are also minor tweaks here and there, allowing the characters to roll forward or backward, or to do little hops to avoid low strikes or jump in to attack. The game also allows you to parry attacks if timed right, which leaves the enemy open to attack for a split second. This parry system would later become much more popular after it was implemented in Street Fighter 3.
The final boss is Mizuki, and if you think Amakusa was tough, you haven't seen anything yet. One of the few female final bosses in fighting games, this girl puts the boss in SNK boss syndrome with her cheapness. Plus, she even has her own animal companion that transforms into a giant monster that won't hesitate to maul you while you're too busy fighting against Mizuki. The game also has a hidden character, Kuroku, the judge character that decides the winner of each round.
Alright, so my thoughts on Samurai Shodown 2, I mean, what can I say? It's a sequel, it's like, you know, weapon-based fighting game, the ambience music, all the stuff I said about part 1. Just that now it's part 2, and the characters look like more badass, more new guys, and yeah, it's one of those fighting games, like I said, SNK always did something different. They didn't just bring back the whole cast. I mean, Tam Tam is now missing, and you got all these new guys now. The gameplay's a little bit faster paced, the graphics look awesome. Now the characters got like super moves that they can do when the power bar is full. I mean, yeah, it does feel like a different game, like a step up to the sequel and everything. And yeah, this game actually played a lot more in the arcades because by the time this game came out, like we were doing a lot of Art of Fighting 2 and King of Fighters 94 matches and everything. So when this game came out, that was our next big game to like jump into each other's spaces. So we played that game mostly in like versus style than the actual game. Because yeah, again, the game is fucking hard as all hell. And I think of the new characters, the only one I could kind of sort of get past was like Cham Cham. I could basically use Cham Cham to get kind of far in the game. Oh, and Genguru, of course, because Genguru kind of sort of plays like Hawamaru. But yeah, those are like the only newish characters I could really use to get past actual gameplay and not just the versus matches. But yeah, it was cool doing all the special moves. It was cool like using the new characters and stuff like that. It was cool seeing Wanfu fight with a different weapon now. You know, it's just interesting. And like, it was a different boss too. It wasn't just Amuksa coming back. It's like Amuksa appears in cutscenes or whatever, but he's not the boss. And this Mizuki, all new boss. And like I said before, if you think Amuksa's bad, Mizuki's like fucking 10 times worse. But yeah. So, it follows the same tradition. Great graphics, great characters, great music. There's a couple of more other themes that are also like ambience, Japanese type music and stuff. And, again, hard as all hell, you know. So basically speaking, for Samurai Shodown 1 and 2, I mean, if you want to try these games out, you better have like some awesome skills because, yeah, these are fucking hard games.
Well, I don't have that much to say about Samurai Shodown 2. For me, it's another enjoyable Samurai Shodown game in a series. I always had fun with this when I played this game, and it does what sequels are expected to do. Give new fighters, arenas, and improve old characters as well. So this is another nice game that I recommend for fighting game fans.
Samurai Shodown 2, while not as good as the first one in my opinion, but had a lot of, cool new characters. Seeger was cool, Caffeine Nicotine, it's kind of neat. Never really caught into Genjiro much, but the style, it just looked prettier. The characters were bigger. Cham Cham was fun, with little monkey Tam Tam running along beside her. Again, it picked up a lot of the good stuff in the original. It did add some complexity by adding the super moves to the POW gauge, the rage gauge. Worth playing, definitely my second favorite in the series, and a welcome addition to anybody's collection.
Samurai Shodown became one of SNK's most popular fighting franchises, and the characters remain popular to this day. Some characters like Haomaru and Nakoru cameo in other games like SNK vs. Capcom, Capcom vs. SNK, and Neo Geo Battle Coliseum. It also paved way for other weapons-based fighting games, particularly the Soul Calibur series. Back in the day, there were versions of this game available for the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Sega CD, Game Boy, Game Gear, and even the 3DO. That's right, folks. Do you remember the Panasonic 3DO?
They each had their limitations when you consider the fact that they were trying to cram these 100 Mega Shock monster games into 16-bit consoles. The SNES version had smaller characters, but it did feature the whole cast. The Genesis version had larger characters, but they had to sacrifice Earthquake. The Game Boy version was the Game Boy version, and they used 2B versions of the character sprites. I actually still own the Game Boy version, and it was pretty much fun, but kind of slow paced. The action was alright, but oh my god, look how long it takes to get to the victory message screen. Later on, the entire Samurai Shodown collection was made available in Samurai Shodown Anthology for the PlayStation 2 and for the Wii. Samurai Shodown 2 by itself is currently available to download on your Xbox 360 through Xbox Live.
The Samurai Shodown series, along with the World Heroes series, were some of my favorite arcade memories, especially on the SNK side. Great games, and definitely I can't recommend them highly enough.
And that's the end of this episode of Video Game Masters. As always, this is Smart Rodriguez.
And I'm Brian from Another Terrible Idea.
And this is Rakiarmas. Nice to be back.
Yeah, it's always good when the old gang gets together again. And as always, guys, thanks for watching and see you next time.